Wapman All Stars. What's happening, sexy people? Come on in here. Come on in here. Let's check it out. Let's see where we are live. Let's see where it is popping. Let's see if we are live on all the various platforms or nah. I love this. Yes, I think we are. Good deal. I think we are. I think we are. I think we are. Good deal. Good deal. Yippee, 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 yippee. So excited about that. I love it when things go according to plan. I love it. I love it when things go according to plan. Welcome in. Welcome in. It is Friday. We are chillaxing. We are doing what we have to do to keep the ball rolling. Hold on one second, you guys. Hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Nights with Nicci. I am just trying to make sure. I don't know what that is. Hold on, wrong profile. Wrong profile altogether. Hold on, guys. This shouldn't take too long. Welcome to Nights with Nicci Friday night. I am so grateful to be here. I am so grateful for the audience. I am grateful for each and every one of you. Look at God. It's been some really positive things happening out here, y'all. We have been in rehearsal for Brownstone, which is like fantastic and amazing. I love my sisters in song, Aaron and Alexis. I love, this is wrong. What's going on here? I love my sisters in song, Aaron and Alexis. I'm really grateful every single time I get a chance to hang out with them and spend some quality time with them. And I'm just checking my TikTok, y'all, because, yeah, for some reason it has me on the wrong profile. And we gotta get this thing situated. So I love every time that I have an opportunity to spend quality time with my sisters, Aaron and Alexis. I'm always, there we go. We're live. Hey, TikTok. Hi, TikTok. I love it. Hey, Lamar. Hey, Keisha. Hi, guys. Come on in here. Come on in the room and say hello to your girl. It's Nights with Nicci. And guess what? I got some watermelon. I got a little watermelon in here. Because I'm trying to be healthy. I'm trying to be obedient. It's a lot of stuff happening. And there are a lot of really positive vibes happening out here, and I just want to make sure that I am doing everything I can possibly do to take care of myself. All right, you guys, and I hope that you're doing exactly what you need to be doing to take care of you, each and every one of you. Y'all, we got a few things to talk about, so make sure that you share this live. I'm going to go on ahead and set up the Instagram too. I'm going to give IG some love tonight, you guys. I'm going to give, what did I do with my other phone? Dang, it's always something, ain't it? It's always something. Hold on. Let me get this IG thing popping. Oh, that's the wrong one. Where's my other phone at? Who took my phone? One of y'all got my phone? Gina? Oh, here it is. I plugged it in. I'm sorry. I forgot I plugged it in. Welcome. If you guys are coming in watching me from the Worth TV YouTube channel, please make sure that you hit the like button so everybody knows that this is a party over here. Hello, Gigi. I see you, Gigi. I see you, girl. How you doing? I see you, Jay Crockett. I see you, you guys. I love that y'all are here, and I'm so grateful that y'all are coming and hanging out with me here on TikTok. TikTok, you guys see I got back to my landscape view. So hopefully everybody comes on in here. We're going to spend a little bit of time trying to get some things done. But your girl been in the press. Your girl's been in the press, honey. Your girl's been in the press, Gina. She been in the press, y'all. Let me get this Instagram going. And we going to talk a little bit about the fact that I have been in the press. Not I have been in the press. R&B Divas has been in the press. Because there are some folks out here who really want the show. And then, in addition to folks out here who really want the show, it look like there's some people out here who don't really want the show. So we going to talk about the people who want the show, because the people who don't want the show don't matter, because they're not going to watch it, right? I mean, everybody matters in the grand scheme of things. Okay, we rocking and rolling right here. Everybody matters in the grand scheme of things, but hold on, let's get the Instagram folks in here. Let's get the IG people all up in the videos. I can bring this down just a hair. Hi, please hit like as you guys come in and watch us on Worth TV, on our Worth TV YouTube channel. Today, you guys, my lipstick color. What is my lipstick color today? I don't have my glasses on. Oh, my lipstick color for today. Hi, Insta. Hi, Insta family. Come on in here, Insta family, TikTok family. What's up, TikTok? I see you, Rosalind. I see you, S. Dewerson. I see you. Hi, Rosalind. How are you? I see you. Who is that? J. Chris. I see you, Brown Amaya. I see you, J. Finity. What's up? What up, Doe? I got on my What Up, Doe hat. Let me come over here and holler at my people. Hey, Pam. Hi. Pam, you need this hat. You definitely need this hat, Pam. Yes. You definitely need this hat. What up, though? This is some friends, some close folks that I know from Detroit. So, Pam, I got you. I'm coming to the D, Pam. So when I come to Detroit, I will definitely make sure that you have a What Up, Doe hat. Okay, Instagram, I see y'all up in here. Hey, Soror. Hey, spilling the tea. I see you too. Okay, speaking of spilling the tea, y'all. So, first of all, I've heard everybody's been talking about the Michael Jackson film. I've also heard, what's up, TikTok? TikTok, y'all always be in this building. The lip combo. I'm going to get into the lip combo. The lip combo is actually two colors. It is Rebel and Boss Lady. Rebel on the line and Boss Lady in the middle. Shout out to Melissa Butler, who is an incredible owner, the incredible owner of the Lip Bar, which is a vegan lipstick brand. She was on Shark Tank, for those of you who don't know and aren't familiar. And she killed on Shark Tank, and she said it, did it, showed it, and proved it. YouTube, do me a favor. Hi, I'm sorry. Hi, Facebook. Hi, Facebook. Hi, LinkedIn. Hey, X. Hi, all the platforms. Hello, all the platforms. I love you, all the platforms. I really do. I love each and every one of y'all. And I appreciate you guys. I know it's a lot of places that you guys can hang out. And I sincerely appreciate you guys for taking the time to come and hang out with your girl on Nights with Nicci. Am I going back into acting soon? You know what? I'm actually producing a project called It Girls. I put the project not on hold. It's on a brief hold, y'all. It's not on a long hold. It's on a brief hold because right when we started doing the casting for It Girls, we got a lot of interest real fast on R&B Divas. So that is the reason why I had to kind of, we're an independent company. We doing our damnedest to really make some things happen. I'm gonna talk to you guys about R&B Divas too. Really popular YouTuber mentioned R&B Divas today. And I wish I had the picture to show you guys. I didn't have time to upload the image or whatever, but I'm gonna read what he said, because there was some really interesting, some good feedback. There's some good feedback. People want R&B Divas. So what up, baddest bro? I see you. It's coming back. It's coming back. Don't believe all of those comments from other people who were used to be affiliated with the franchise. It's very clear. Hold on one second, y'all. Let me see if I could pull this up. Somebody sent me the link. Okay. His name is DJ Ricky Scott. I'm going to follow him. I wasn't following him. I'm going to follow him because I'm going to share some of his commentary and some of the comments as well. Hey, TikTok. Hi, TikTok. Hey, Instagram. Hey LinkedIn, hey Twitter, hey Worth TV YouTube. Worth TV YouTube, I need y'all to show up and show out. I need y'all to make sure that you guys hit. Oh, J Rock, you saw it. You saw it. People be sending me stuff. I'm like, oh gosh. Okay, but first of all, let me finish saying what I was saying. So I am the question was whether or not I'm gonna get back into acting. I learned from my first stint on R&B Divas that it is really difficult to be the talent and the producer, at the same time, and I kind of, little slight little bit of trivia, or not trivia. What do you call it? A little peek behind the curtain as we speak about the Wiz. And by the way, the Wiz was not Phil Thornton. Somebody said that under Phil's comment, and I said I wasn't gonna say his name no more, but he's in the comments talking about a business that I own, so I get to defend my business, and I'm going to do that tonight. Not defend it. I'm just going to clarify for those people who need clarification, because clearly there's some people out there who need clear motherfuckication. But he was not the wizard. But needless to say, R&B Divas is coming back. Let's just cut to the chase. So, and It Girls, the scripted film project, and Soul Kittens, Curtains, which is the spinoff, the dramatic spinoff that I actually pitched to the company that I guess is in the news again as it relates to Nia Long. But see, I'm gonna leave that alone because that ain't got nothing to do with me. That ain't my business. I love Nia Long dearly, and I hope it is just hearsay and innuendo, like a lot of things are. But yeah, I've heard a lot of, a lot people loving that Michael Jackson project. I haven't seen it yet, but people are loving it. And I just hope that it has as much behind the scenes success. No cap, all work. Exactly. Please. All day, every day. I would love to get you on a show. Would you do a Harlem memoir of a TV series? I don't know what that means, but send me a DM. Yeah, I'm gonna try to stay out of the comments because I tend to realize that I get a little sidetracked when I get into the comment section. So I'm gonna try to stay up out the comment section and just chit chat with y'all because it sparked seeing this post sparked a few a few things, a few reactions for me. So I'm gonna share how I'm feeling with you guys. But before we get into R&B Divas, the juicy stuff, thank you guys for hitting like, coming in, watching me on YouTube. And please, TikTok, don't forget to give me lots of hearts because the more hearts you give me on TikTok, the more people see that and the same thing with YouTube. It's just how the algorithm works. And Instagram, please do me a favor and share this video, okay? Because, I saw that YouTube is like really like kicking ass out in these streets as a content provider, and they talked about their revenue and how well it was doing. And I look at the regulars, my Funky Dinevas, and those folks who are constantly making sure, like a day job, baby. And my Pam, the law intellect. If you guys do not know Pam, the law intellect, which I'm sure you do because everybody does, make sure you follow my sister. But I see how consistent people are with their channels, and it really does inspire me to become more consistent. But you guys, I'm a writer. What up, UK? I love that. I'm a writer. I'm a producer. I'm a showrunner. I'm a full-time nana, and this boy playing basketball now. Lord God, hats off to all of the women in the world who are managing to be parents of kids in sports. Like y'all who got them grown kids, them big kids. Oh Lord. Like my sister Erin, baby, her boys, no. I mean, they come from a family of excellence and they come from a family of athletes. So I expect nothing less, but her boys are like, they're like top tier. And so, and my best friend Tyree, her daughter, she had 3 D1 athletes go play soccer in college, and they're stunning and they're smart and they're good human beings. But baby, shout out to all of y'all parents out there. If you are a parent, a grandma, a guardian, a driver, a uncle, a friend, a neighbor who's making sure these kids get to sports and get to activities and do the things that they need to do in order to evolve outside of these here apps, then I want to say to each and every one of you, bravo. Oh, matter of fact, you know what? I can give y'all, hold on. You know, I ain't been playing with my sound effects in a minute. Where my little sound effect thing at? Why is it all bootleg? Hold on. Damn, y'all can't even hear this shit. It's whatever. Anyway, clap, clap, clap. Let's clap it up. Let's clap it up for all of the parents who are out here making sure their kids have what they need to do. And the thing about it is, ain't nothing like, it's great for your kids to be involved in sports, but it is absolutely fan flipping tastic when they're not only in, oh, it was because it was muted. Okay, let's try this one more time. Can we please give a big, hold on, let's make sure it's loud enough so everybody can hear. Could we please give a big, stupendous round of applause for all of the parents, the grandparents, the people who be taking the kids to their lessons and stuff? Man, listen, Linda, when I tell you, it is a task. It is a task. I remember when he was little trying to decide whether it was going to be soccer or it was going to be this or it was going to be that. You know, I was like, oh, okay, you know, it ain't serious. You know what I'm saying? You can kind of float around a little bit, but when they get serious about these sports and they get serious about these extracurricular and enrichment activities, you got to show up. So with all that being said, that's part of the reason why I have not been as consistent on my Worth TV channel. But I do appreciate you guys so much for hitting like. If you are here watching me on YouTube or Twitter or Insta or any of these platforms, please, Instagram, Facebook, all of the above, please hit the like button. So we got a lot to talk about tonight. Let me start with this, y'all. So I don't know if y'all familiar with Laura Loomer. Laura Loomer is, I don't really know her very well either. I'm going to get into the R&B Divas thing, y'all. Stay tuned. I'm going to get into the R&B Divas thing. Give me some hearts or some recognition if you know who the lady Laura Loomer is. It's interesting. I always see a picture of Jigsaw connected. But anyway, I want to say this, and this is going to be a little controversial. I hope you guys can receive this in the spirit of positivity and light that I always try to operate. But I was shocked and dismayed because I came across a clip of the lady, Laura Loomer. Now, I don't know if this is AI because these days a lot of things are AI. So we have to, you know, issue the disclaimer. But maybe some of y'all saw it. And hopefully I don't get my reach reduced. But Laura said about another person, Candace, who, you know, obviously we know, I mean, there's a lot of folks that ain't going to invite the sister to the picnic. However, how do y'all feel? Let's just get this thing off, you know, and for those of y'all who may be just, those of you who may be just tuning in to watch me, for those of you who may be just tuning in to watch me for the first time, I tend to like to have conversations that are not one-sided, meaning I'm not, you know, this is not a platform where I'm going to limit or silence the voice or opinions of people who I may not necessarily agree with. And because of, and the reason I operate that way is because I think that we learn a lot from people that we traditionally would not agree with, right? I think if we take a step back and we, even if you walk away from the conversation feeling exactly or more convinced than you were when you went into it, I just believe that everybody deserves an opportunity to be heard. And I believe that if we listen objectively with the intention of maybe learning something, we can. So with that being said, I do talk about people on my platform or have conversations about people on my platform that I may not necessarily agree with. One of those people, it's very clear. Some of the things that Candace Owens has said in the past, I have not agreed with, period, point blank. However, she's still a Black woman, period. And to hear Laura Loomer, I hope I'm saying her name right, I don't know, but to hear this lady, and I want to say, and I quote, but I don't really want to quote because I'm paraphrasing and I don't want nobody sending me no letters. She said, or AI said, or this clip that I saw, let's just cover all the bases, called Candace a nappy-headed ghetto black biatch. She said that nappy-headed ghetto black biatch. And I said to myself, and myself say, I said, well, now, see, there it goes. There it goes. See, there it goes. Pause due to poor connection. And I got all kind of Wi-Fi in my house. Hold on, y'all. See, are y'all there? Are y'all there? We ain't got no poor connection in here. We do not have a poor connection. Okay, here we go. We do not have a poor connection. I just probably shouldn't have said what I said. Y'all, they be babysitting. They be babysitting. Whew. Okay. Got to keep it PG up in here. But my point about mentioning the fact that Laura called her a nappy-headed black ghetto bi, right? The point of me mentioning that is just, are we at a place where, okay, now hear me on this, y'all. Walk with me, Lord. Walk with me. Come on. Walk with me, Lord. Walk with me. All right, y'all. Are we at a place where people can just say whatever they want to say? Are we at a place where, because there is political discourse, you can just call somebody what you want to call them, no matter how racist it sounds? She does. She looks just like the movie star Saw. Candace Owens had no business flipping on black people. No way. Hey, listen, none whatsoever. Anybody who voted anything other than that, this right here, in this election, right? Not this, but you know what I'm saying, for the woman. I don't want to say no names because, again, whatever. Let me move away from this political thing, because I've already said that as creatives and as artists, we should just kind of steer clear of the political stuff. So let's talk. This is Mental Health Awareness Month, May 1st. So let's talk about the impact of all of the things that we're seeing in the press right now, from the redistricting. A lot of people are very distraught about the Supreme Court ruling, and rightfully so, because it means a lot to our community, and it's going to mean a whole lot in the upcoming elections, and it's already starting to have an impact. And what I would say to all of us in these situations, and I'm speaking from a place of experience because I have been severely disappointed by the judicial system. I have been let down and again, I'm in no way, shape, or form comparing my litigation, the impact of my litigation, to the impact of this most recent Supreme Court decision, right? I'm, apples and oranges, obviously, so don't get it twisted. But I do understand what it feels like to be let down when you truly know that something is not right, and to be disregarded, and to, quite frankly, be reminded that the system just is not set up for us to win, period. It just is not, right? It's impossible to believe that it was, right? When you look at what the historic pattern of generational wealth and power looks like and has looked like for many years, you realize it has never been a system that lended itself to progress for us, right? The areas, I'm gonna land this plane. The areas that have allowed us as BIPOC, Black Indigenous people of color, the areas that have allowed us to thrive, the areas that have allowed us to create generational wealth and wellness opportunities for our families, have largely been media, entertainment, sports, entrepreneurship. You know what I mean? Yeah, we got a lot of really amazing now, thank God, with technology, which I want to talk to you guys a little bit about that. In the technology space, it's creating more opportunity for us as well. But typically, roles in society that require some creativity, some thought, some ingenuity. You know what I mean? We tend to really excel in those spaces. And the thing I want to remind us of, especially as we take in all of the toxic things, right, that are happening out here. I mean, every time you look up, there is an unaliving of a woman of color. There is, an attack on youth and babies and stuff. I got to be careful. I don't know what words I can say that will start limiting my algorithm. Now I think at this point they probably just got the tone of my motherfucking voice, like, oh, there that bitch go, oh, she's live again. Shut her down. But no, seriously, I hope not. But it is what it is. Divine9tv.com. That's why we created Divine9tv.com, because we know what it is, and that's why it's so important if y'all up in here to make sure that you guys are hitting the like button. But let's talk about it. The fact that there are people in our society who look like us. Maybe not all of them have had the same lived experiences that we have had, but people that we would expect to rule with some sense of consideration for what has historically been a really unfair and unbalanced judicial process, right? We're discovering that it's just not really feeling like it's possible to get 2 steps ahead without taking 5 steps back. So where am I going with this? As creatives, as entrepreneurs, as people in our community who, can make something out of nothing. Like, y'all, I've said this before. It goes all the way back to when we were being brought over here and dropped off in various locations. And be clear, when y'all be talking about, oh, they from Trinidad, and oh, they from Barbados, or this place and that place, those were just stops along the way. But when melanated people were brought over here, okay, Linda, we did not have what they gave us. And this is gonna come off maybe just a tad bit trivial, but hopefully you guys can, relate to what I'm saying. To survive the conditions that we were in, from transport to make it to this place, the slop, when you start talking about where chitlins come from, when you start talking about, we were given the parts of, the animals that no one else wanted, and we were able to make that. I mean, I still don't eat chitlins, but people were able to say, well, listen, this is what we have. This is what we got. My grandpa used to eat hoghead cheese. I don't understand. I've never been able to understand. My grandpa used to eat coon. I don't understand. I don't understand. But, we made the best of what we were given. We made the best of what we had. And this is what I want to say to every person of color. We have so much more at our disposal than our ancestors ever did. It is not an excuse to not be proactive about what is happening every day in the news related to us. It is not. But it is a fact that our ancestors had significantly fewer resources than we have now, right? We don't have to eat hoghead cheese and chitlins no more. Some of us live in very nice homes. Most of us drive decent cars. The fact that we have electronics that we can communicate, let me hit live and talk to my people. Let me build my community. The fact that we can get the information out there with the push of a button. It doesn't require us to put on coats and shoes and find a babysitter and go find out, go walk down the block and find out where the meeting is underground somewhere, hiding where we can't talk about what we have every tool and resource available to us that we need to get the entire up out of this feeling of like, oh, it's so terrible for us, because it is not fair, it is not equal, it is not balanced, it is not okay, but it is not the end of the world for us. It is not, oh, this is how it's going to be and everything is just going to be terrible. What it should be for all of us is a wake up call, right? Because we have grown lazy. We have grown content with. We have grown angry. We have grown judgmental, and we have grown divided apart, right? And I understand that there are a lot of reasons for people. I'm getting into the R&B Divas. I just want to give y'all the heavy stuff first, because it ain't seem like it made sense to go to the light shit that I came here for and not address the heavier things, right? We have really got to stop with this victim mentality. We really do. We got to stop feeling like somebody did this to us and somebody did that to us. And this is why I'm not looking back there no more. I'm not looking back there no more with R&B Divas. Now, I will share the truth. I will share the story, which obviously, based on the misinformation that I've been reading about the franchise, the truth need to be out there. So I'm going to tell it. But complaining about some shit that happened all these years ago, not allowing yourself to live in the present moment. Let me tell y'all something. I don't know if you guys listen to or follow Eckhart Tolle or people like that, right? I'm a weirdo. I follow, I'm from the light workers tribe. I'm not doing the bullshit. I'm not doing the, oh my God, it's all. I'm not doing that. I'm clear that it's terrible. Sometimes I'm clear that it has been in the past very difficult, but I'm also clear that we have opportunity in front of us every single day to make a decision, to be present. What does that mean? Being present for me, and I hate like even sounding like I'm telling people what to do, because, oh, folks don't want to hear shit. If it sounds like you scolding them or telling them what to do. But for me, staying in my, if y'all hear my dog snoring, I'm sorry. Staying in a place of reality and truth means staying in the present. Because you can't relive the past. You can't pre-live your future. There's nothing you can do about what happened X amount of seconds ago, because that moment is over. The only thing that is real and actual and perpetual and consistent and constant is the present moment that you are in. The choices that you extract and pull from your past, the choices that you hope you will be able to pull from or leverage or use or have in your future are still things that you are doing in your present moment. What is happening right now today? How you choose to select your words, your perspective, what you eat, what you drink, from one thought to the next is a conscious, consistent, ongoing, present moment. So as our community starts to process and figure out how we go forward with all the terrible things that have happened recently, right? We have to also honor the breath in our lungs, the sight in our eyes, the thoughts in our brains, the movement in our limbs, the smile on our kids' faces, the taste of the food. We have got to allow those moments to exist in those moments without diluting them or discounting them or eliminating them altogether because of some shit that happened over here yesterday or in childhood. Or, yes, guess what I've discovered after living a long, long, long life? Please hit like, please give me plenty of hearts so these people know we on here. We've all struggled. As I've lived, about to be 56 in July 8th, on cash apps and vacations and well wishes and prayers, right? Um, I've realized that everybody got problems. Everyone has trauma. Everybody has grief. And if you don't, you will. And if you never do, you're not human. Because it is a fact of life. There is going to be a moment when we all feel is like our lowest. There's going to be a moment when we all feel is our highest. But to continue to live in any of those moments, whether you live in the highs of your life without acknowledging, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I know it's kind of contradictory if I say live in the present and be positive and whatever. Yeah, you want to always be in the high. So what I mean by living in the high, I mean, if you're not facing the reality of where you are today and you living in the past, like if you 350 pounds and in high school you was 145 and you still dressing like you 145, then, you know, you living in the present in a positive way, I guess. But, you know, outwardly speaking, you know what I'm saying? It might be a little questionable. But I say this to say, try as hard as you can to remember that present moment, and it comes for me from, okay, this is going to be a little more, but then I'm getting into the R&B Diva stuff and whatnot. But when you watch people you love die, literally, which I've done more times than I would like to say, when you watch the process of people losing their essence and their spirit and their souls, right? And then they go cold. It broke me every single time. And the only thing that kept me going was at one point or another, someday, somehow, some way, this is probably going to be me and him and you and her and them and whatever. And you think, what would you be thinking in that moment? You would probably be thinking, I wish I had made this choice. I wish I had laughed more. I wish I had loved more. I wish I had done this. I wish I had done that. And I don't ever want to feel that way in my life. No matter how tragic things have been, no matter how many times I've had to fight, no matter how many lawsuits I've been through, no matter how many, you know, fake ass friends and phony people I've had to deal with in my lifetime, I continue to go forward because I have been faced. I have seen what God saying, okay, you're not going forward anymore. You don't have another day to fix the shit. You don't have another day to get your hair perfect. You don't have another day to, and it makes you have an appreciation for, it makes you have an appreciation for life. It makes you have an appreciation for life. It really does. I'm sorry. So I'm gonna turn a corner because I don't want to be triggering for anybody, but it just really makes you have a better appreciation for life and all the things that are happening right now. They're real. And we have the right to feel how we feel about those things, but we also have the responsibility to honor ourselves and to honor the people that we love who are no longer here, and to honor our children who deserve to have their lives and their futures, to live each day like it's a blessing, to live each day like it's, I'm geeked the fuck. Oh Lord, I'm here. I wake up, Lord, thank you for this. Thank you for waking us up this morning. every single day. Every single day. And if you don't thank God for the breaths that you are taking while you have the breaths to take them, and I mean, Gina, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. All right, y'all. So I wanted to say that, and that's the heavier stuff. So let's get into some of this lightweight shit, because this is light work we about to get into. So, oh no. One other thing I'll tell y'all that towards the end. I'll share that with you guys towards the end. There's some really awesome updates, some really cool updates. Hold on, this is my van from my sister, y'all. I'm blowing it. I love you, Debbie. We all do. I missed it. Y'all let me miss 11/11. Live life to the fullest. Stop complaining about shit. We got way more than our ancestors had. And the thing about it is, I always be scared. This is my thing that keep me going. When you get ready to complain about something, just think about God and what he looking at you like. You know, God is like, I'm over here trying to save these babies over here in these countries that are not able to live safely. I'm over here trying to feed these people, and you mad because you didn't get the room that you wanted at the hotel. You mad because somebody said something about you. You mad because you can't get your aunt fit and go to your concert. You mad because your husband didn't tell you you was pretty today. Like, don't worry me with this shit. Imagine what God thinks of most of the shit we be complaining about. Come on. Suck it up, buttercup. Let's get this shit done. Okay, so I just followed this guy, and I hope it's okay for me. He's a YouTuber, so I didn't want to pull his clips, because I don't know how that goes. I'm still learning all of the specifics. But shout out to the guy, DJ Richie Sky. We're gonna get into some of these comments too. So you guys, I've been dropping little, moments here and there, basically letting the world know that we are, in fact, really excited about R&B Divas and rebuilding this R&B Divas franchise. And it's not just going to be a franchise this time around. It's going to be R&B Divas Universe. What does that mean? What is R&B Divas Universe? R&B Divas Universe is R&B Divas East, West, North, and South. Okay? By East, West, North, and South, we mean R&B Divas New York, might have Philly, might have, DC, Maryland, might have, Virginia, might have, you know what I mean? So all East Coast cities, y'all get it, right? R&B Divas South may have a little sprinkle of Miami, may have a little sprinkle of the Carolinas, Louisiana. R&B Divas North might have a little Chicago, a little Detroit, woo, 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 wap, wap. And of course, West Coast is LA, Phoenix, Vegas, and whatnot, right? And we've been we've been working behind the scenes at making this thing happen, because I love the franchise. It was a lot for me in the midst of it, like in the middle of it. It was a lot. And I didn't really know how to respond to it. I think I took a lot of it too personally. I think I gave, too much of my attention to my ego and my pride, and was too concerned about, what people thought of me. Right. And I can say that now because it's been 13 years, right? 14 years since, going on 14 years. For those of you who don't know how the whole thing happened, R&B Divas was born from Soul Kittens Cabaret. So Selena, Monifa, Angie, Terrell Hicks was actually a part of it. Soul Kittens way back in the day. So it was just a really great group of women. And in Detroit, 2007, I was like, yo, let's shoot the behind the scenes. Let's show people, the making of this tour for Soul Kittens. And it eventually went on, almost 20 years later, because 2027 is around the corner. Almost 20 years later, it went on to become a history-making franchise at TV One. So I'm going to get into this clip. There's a really beautiful picture. I don't know if y'all can see that. This is the photo. So in the photo, it has, who's that? Selena, Nivea, Kiki, I don't know who all these people are. I can't see him. Is that Little Mo? Little Mo, Latasha Scott, and Monifa. So that's season four's dream cast for Richie Sky. So he says, "Ooh, I don't got my glasses on, y'all." He says, "We need R&B Diva season four. It's time. The fans want it. I want it. And you can't tell me that at least." Hold on, y'all. Hey, welcome to your first live, Lynn. Thank you. Thank you for coming in. Please hit like as you guys enter Warp TV YouTube. Okay, let me read this again. I'm going to start again, you guys. He says, "We need R&B Diva season four. It's time. The fans want it. I want it. And you can't tell me that at least some of the talent want it." Hold on, y'all. I can't read this. I can't read this. I'm gonna go on my Insta. Oh, I can't go on my Instagram there. I took it off. I took it off my computer. Can't tell me at least some of the cast want it. This is an easy layup from my perspective in terms of who's watching. The show is basically a promotional tool for each of the ladies. If we could just get everyone in a room, lock the door, and hash out the grievances for the next 24 hours, we could have this thing locked and loaded. The premise would remain much of the same, working together on a joint ladies' night style tour with only 3 weeks to work it out. There is natural tension. The rest, just let it happen. I could see it on Peacock. Let me know your thoughts. Okay, y'all. So first of all, shout out to DJ Ricky Sky. Shout out to DJ Ricky Sky. Ooh, somebody slamming the door. Oh, that's Selena. Oh, I guess Selena ain't interested because her sister got a meme of a door being slammed. Okay, so the door is closed in the Nene Leaks. So we'll count her out for now. She's welcome. Everybody's welcome. I ain't no problem with nobody. But it's interesting. So let me first say thank you very much, Mr. Richie Sky, for the post. I can really appreciate that. I love that the franchise has a following of people who are interested in the show still. I absolutely love that. I think it is amazing. And I'm very grateful for that. We are coming back for sure. The show is coming back. I have some really amazing partners that I'm so proud of. Of course, I can't say much about who they are right now. We are doing things differently. We are not going back to the old way, right? The industry doesn't operate on the old way anymore, right? We're not rushing to, get chosen by a TV network. Although a network partnership would be fantastic. A network partnership is definitely something that is in the cards, and we do have an opportunity to do that. But because streaming and global partnerships and technology streaming and tech startup partnerships and funding and opportunities is out there as well. And more important than anything, the promoters are there. The promoters who will make this tour fantastic and amazing and incredible. The promoters who understand the value of the R&B Divas franchise. The promoters I've been in conversation with for a minute who are ready to go, right? So I thank God that we're going to be doing this different this time. We're not going to have mess, Where are my damn glasses so I can read? Because I want to get into some of the commentary. So DJ Richie Sky, thank you so much. Okay, y'all, let me read these comments real quick. Maybe they can do another SWV Escape show. Okay, look, I love them. All right, who is this? I'm with you, DJ Ricky Sky, but we can't use the name R&B Divas as the name is owned by Nikki Gilbert, and nobody will want to participate. Oh wow, I've been having some great conversations with a lot of people who are super excited about participating. Nobody wants to participate, especially Selena. There's no show without Selena. Oh, okay. The show should be called Voices of R&B, blah, 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 blah. Okay, right. Lil Mo, good names. Okay. Yeah. It could definitely work, especially with the right people leading the cast. Thank you guys. So the comment section is very positive and very, very good. And the response has been overwhelmingly positive. Someone sent me, I'm glad he made the decision to take that post now. Somebody sent me a post with a caption with a comment from Phil Thornton. And he said it would never happen. And he's wrong. It's happening. You know, maybe not in everybody's preferred timeline or whatever, but he's wrong. And it's important for me to say that, which that's part of the reason why I thought it was important for us to have this live and have this conversation. Because when you own a business, you can't have people out here talking bad against your business. You understand? So I need to make sure that everybody knows we're already in development. The first city is going to be R&B Divas, New York. I'm so proud of my partner there, who is partners. I'm sorry, there who are already in the process of casting. We've had some really great conversations with some really fantastic women. You guys, this time R&B Divas is not just going to be about women from 90s R&B. We're actually doing R&B Divas legends. Okay, let me break the universe down to y'all. So again, shout out to you, DJ Ricky Sky. Richie Sky, I'm sorry. I really appreciate you for opening up this dialogue, and we would absolutely love to, make sure when we have we're ready to launch and start working on those things, we maybe have some of the ladies on your show to talk about the new season. You guys, we've already started talking to some of your favorites, and we've already gotten verbal absolutely, hell yeah, let's go, we ready. And some of them who I cannot mention because none of the contracts are signed, but in terms of the talent. Well, I'm sorry, I lied. Some of the contracts are signed, but not all of the contracts are signed. I don't want to disrespect anybody about being premature. And we're going to do like the traditional sort of PR announcement on it the way that we should. But let's talk about what the universe is going to look like. The universe is going to look like north, south, east, and west. But we're also doing Diary of a Diva, which is my one-on-one conversations podcast with not just women from R&B Divas, but, any woman who is in the entertainment industry and wants to share, her story from her authentic voice, undiluted by cultural incompetence, right? We also doing Divas and Cocktails as our version of Watch What Happens Live, right? We gotta have an after show. We've gotta have a moment where you're able to recap what happens on the series, what happens during the stream. We are going to also be working on, which I think is really fantastic and amazing, R&B Divas Fest. Okay, so will not be this summer. It would be fantastic if we could. Actually, festivals don't have to be in the summer, so we've been having those conversations as well. But we are working on R&B Divas Fest, and we're working on residency opportunities in each of the cities, right? Because we feel like, our audiences we don't have to do arena tours per se. We could do really intimate, cool theater venues, smaller venues. But one of the things that Richie said, which I want to kind of expound on, is he's absolutely right. The timing is perfect for R&B Divas right now. And I say that because, I think while, technology is awesome and it allows us to, be connected, people miss coming together and like, ooh. Same thing that happened before finna happen. Let me charge my computer. Oh my gosh, hold on, guys. My computer. Oh God, Gina, hold on. Oh, unplug this. Hold on, y'all. Cause my computer is like, you better light me up. Okay, good. Same thing from before. Y'all, I be working on this damn computer. This computer be working. Thank you. I think, hold on, let me see. 11:11. Okay. Well, it's not. Okay, boom. So we back to Richie Sky's point. Yes, this is a great time for a show like R&B Divas. R&B Divas has always been. He mentioned that it is a great opportunity to promote other products and promote some of the ancillary things that we're working on. R&B Divas has always been that. that was the point. That's the reason why I launched Curvado. That's the reason why, I probably had some of the issues that I had with folks, when I was saying I don't want to sing, I want to, be a businesswoman, I want to be taken seriously about my business. I think reality TV is always a platform and a vehicle for you to build other things. I don't think anybody is going to get rich off of being a cast member on reality TV if you don't have some ancillary things to build. So if you got hairlines, if you got clothing lines, if you got restaurants, if you got, consulting services, whatever it is, you should be able to promote those. Like, that's what made the Kardashians as successful as the Kardashians are. The Kardashians are super successful because they were able to build their brand. Remember, they had Dash, the boutique, and all that stuff. They were able to build their brand. Yes, you got to have drama. Yes, you got to have compelling natural beef on TV. But reality TV is a commercial for building something else to help your family grow and to help your family build. And that's what is going to be this time around. Very, very clear. Ain't no arguing over a tour because everybody involved in it this time knows what it's about. They already know your girl has been busting my ass to get. That's part of the reason why people have been asking for it. And I had not been able to really move on it because we're not just going to be like, hey, let's do R&B Divas and not have it attached to an ancillary opportunity, which is an opportunity outside of just the show, right? And now we've got people who are very excited about working with really talented women who have great followings and great community. You guys, with everything going on in the entertainment industry right now, this is not the time to be me, fi me. This is not the time for you to just be all up in the videos promoting your own shit. This is the time for you to be promoting things that promote community, because it is going to become even more difficult for you to reach your consumers as everything becomes about marketing. And these companies are spending millions and millions of dollars on these same platforms we on to market and promote the things that they're doing, right? They're spending more money on marketing and promoting than they're spending on the actual content itself. Another thing I saw recently was that the clip is the content because people's attention spans are very short. One place people gonna go and they gonna be there and they gonna watch to the end or be there till the lights come on is in these live shows and these concerts. R&B Divas was always about a concert. It was always about a tour, you guys. I don't know how many ways that I can tell you. Anybody who tells you that I stole their tour idea or that I was shitted on their tour idea or I didn't want to do their tour idea, that was not it. That's a lie. That's a lie. At the end of season 1, when we all sat at that table after Essence, Faith said the show was always supposed to be about Nicci wanting to do a tour. So this whole idea, I got a great idea, let's do a tour. The idea for us to come together, it came from 2007, sis, bruh. That's the whole reason why the show came up, because we were doing Soul Kids Cabaret, taping behind the scenes, getting ready for is this thing on? Tour. And I don't know what it is. It's really funny to me. Let me hit a corner in them Lolos, girl. It's really funny to me, right? How people be on that, like, it was, let me figure out how to say this, because I'm really in a space of, like, I don't want it to come off, sometimes when you tell the truth, it comes off like, a little offensive to the person that you're telling the truth about, right? But, oh well. If folks will cut up their nose to spite their face. People will look a gift horse in the mouth. Because somebody doesn't want it to be you, they will make it so that it's not them. And I respect that. I mean, listen, sis, bruh, whoever you are, if you have a problem with the lady who brought you into the R&B Divas franchise, if you have a problem with the lady who cast you, if you have a problem with the lady who said you work for me, I don't know why you have a problem, but it's cool. But be clear, it doesn't change the facts. And the facts are, before anybody knew anything about an R&B Divas, It was an idea in this brain right here. One that I invited everybody, including all of the people who have such terrible things to say about it. I invited them all to the table to eat. I didn't like literally had a dinner and invited everybody to my house and cooked spaghetti for everybody. You know, I don't. If ever anybody questions whether or not I'm lying, please know I got the receipts. Show me the receipts. Show me the receipts in my Whitney Houston voice. I got the receipts. I got the videos. I got the emails. I got the text messages. I got all of it. I brought us to the table to eat. And this isn't like, I did this, I did that. It's just, it really irritates the entire fuck out of me for people who just don't have no power to keep pretending like they do. And not just pretending like they do, but to put it in writing that it's never going to happen. You are negatively impacting my business. So stop doing that. I'm glad you took that post down. You should have. Because, you know, they say I'm litigious. I am not. I just will not let you shit on my projects and my ideas. I'm just not going to do it. It's going to be a problem every single time. So the best thing to do is to just stay neutral. So I don't have a problem with anyone. I don't have a problem with not one single solitary female on the R&B Divas or who's ever been on the R&B Divas franchise. I love all of those women. Whether they love me or not is a personal choice for them. But me as a woman of God, me as a woman who, they know I brought them into this motherfucker because I love them. They know I brought them into this because I consider them a friend. They know I brought them into this because I wanted us all to win. And if they don't, I do. So there's that. You know, people who wasn't there, your opinions don't matter. For those who were there, you know why I brought you into R&B Divas. You knew it was supposed to be about a tour, and you knew it was supposed to be about all of us winning. You know that. So whatever you tell them people, whatever you tell yourself, that's self-work. Has nothing to do with me. I know what it is, you know what it is, and that's all that matters. But moving into this new franchise, which is why it was so important for me to make the decision, please hit like. Thank you for watching on YouTube. Thank you for watching on TikTok. Thank you for watching on LinkedIn. Thank you for watching on Facebook. Thank you for watching on X, who I leave out. Thank you for watching. Yeah, so moving into this new thing, that's why it was so important for me to go to a new city. That's why it was so important for me to get involved with women who were excited about it and who were grateful. You know what I realized, which is really deep? For me, it's really deep because I'm just that kind of person. I realized that not a lot of people even said thanks for creating a dope show for us to win from. I mean, a few of them did, and I love and appreciate them dearly for that. But, you know, folks were just kind of like, hated me for like all the things they were told by the people who hated me, you know, and never said, I think what Nicci created was dope. And what's interesting is recently I've had 3 of the women attached to the franchises sincerely say, I want to thank you for the opportunity. And I would be honored to do it the right way. That gave my heart so much of what I needed, because when you are well intending for people, when you really want to see there is no benefit. Please hit like Worth TV YouTube. Please hit like LinkedIn. Please hit like Facebook. All of the platforms, y'all. Please hit like. When you are well-meaning, I've just always been that way. I've always been that way. Like when I moved to California and I got my deal with Michael Jackson, I moved like my whole family to California with me. You know, all my cousins, all my aunts, y'all need to come. This will change your life. You know, Keena in Brownstone, come girl, join the group. Tisha, come girl, join the group. Mimi and Maxie, come on y'all, let's do this group. I've never, like, there is no jealous. Of who? I mean, I'm waiting. This is actually just a watermelon break. And I'm being extra dramatic because my throat was dry. And I want no water. I want some H3O. But seriously, I'm just not the jealous type. I'm so good where I am as an individual, as a wife, as a grandmother, as a mom, as a cousin, as a sister, as a daughter. I'm like, as a singer, as a person that Michael Jackson gave a record deal to. This jealous thing, put it to sleep. It's been 15 million years. I ain't jealous of no body. And if I was, if God wired me that way, it definitely wouldn't be nobody on R&B Divas. And I'm not being shady and I'm not being disrespectful, even though that came off a little shady and disrespectful. I'm being very truthful. I have no reason to be jealous and I have no reason to stop anybody from getting a bag. I want to see everybody win. I want to see everybody win. So that tired ass narrative, put it to sleep. And speaking of winning, R&B Divas New York is going to win. Oh, R&B Divas New York is going to win. It's happening in a new way. We are not waiting for permission to be great. Baby, we got so many amazing people that we having conversations with. We are providing opportunities for the women to have real equity in the franchise. That was really important to me this time around. To have the power to make sure that the women who invest by telling their stories, by sharing their moments, by sharing their experiences, to make sure that they benefit beyond just being on camera and going home and being done with it. No, that's not what it is, because when we cut out the middlemen, there's room for the people who are putting in the real sweat equity to participate as partners. When you cut out the cultural incompetence, there is opportunity for the real sweat equity. This is my story. This is my life. I'm sharing my soul with you, cast members and people on the show, to have an opportunity to participate, right? Because I understand how important it is for our children and our children's children to have something to hold on to, right? It's so many people running around here trying to go on the road and be the one and be the star and be I don't want to be nobody. I'm not trying to be okay, let me get into this a little bit because I was about to start talking about this, but this is a part of the DJ Richie Sky thing. So there's a slide show or whatever. He said the original cast of LA and Atlanta were iconic. I'm not gonna talk about anybody else he talks about one of the most epic battles in reality TV history is Nicci and Selena. Listen, I said this, and I'm going to continue to say this till I'm blue in the face. I don't have a problem with Selena Johnson. Tell that. Tell her that. Tell her sister, her mama, her uncle, her cousins. I don't have a problem. If we never see each other again, if we never give each other a hug and say, hey, girl, we hugged it out, like I've said a million times, I do not have beef with Selena Johnson, period. And I'm never going to be on camera in a reality show arguing with somebody again. Now, I might be, let me not say that because, again, it may be a docuseries and I might be passionate about something, but arguing is played out. Beefing is played out. I don't even remember, well, I do remember. It was brought on by a whole bunch of outside agitation. Why is it not back on our screen? We can find it here. So this article says something about, it says, as of 2023, 2026, Nicci and her company Worth Media appear to control the resurrected R&B Divas franchise, featuring exclusive content on her streaming app Worth TV, while the original series was produced by Think Factor, blah, blah, blah. So what you're seeing on Worth TV is not R&B Divas, the series. It's just clips just to remind y'all, just to build buzz and build momentum. We have not decided what platform or distribution outlet. It's so many. You got Netflix. You got BET. Shout out to my guy, Lewis Carr. Love it. More to the story, I had music and TV film producer Phil Thornton on the show to discuss this. So Phil went on to talk about it. Probably said I was the reason it all fell apart, which is a lie. But anyway, production would begin. I would cast her, which is a picture of me, Nicci, if she wants to be back in that capacity. Nope. Otherwise, keep her in production. He gonna keep me in production. Okay, I'll stay there. That's where I want to be. Right in the middle of the season, I would add one of these two. It looks like Tamar Braxton, and I don't know who the other lady is, but she's stunning. I would add one of them to shake up the dynamics. I would love Tamar to be a part of it, but I think Tamar is managed by Phil Thorne, so I know that would never happen because he would never be a part of it. Then it says it would immediately start planning for a LA spinoff with Michelle A. Who is this? Farrah from Destiny's Child. Who else in this picture? Melanie from the Pussycat Dolls. I think that's who that is. Leela, Stacey Francis. Ooh, that's a good one. And I don't know who the other person is. And that's it. So I love that people are like putting together the dream cast of R&B Divas. I would love to know what you guys think. Drop it in the comments who you think would be a great member of the various cities. We are doing R&B Divas East, West, North, and South. We do have some fantastic partners that we are hoping we'll be able to announce very soon. I'll be in New York this coming week for our casting calls and some conversations with some really amazing people. I'll be doing it in Atlanta when I come back from New York that following week. I'm meeting with some folks in Atlanta, and then we are going to be headed to the West Coast to have some conversations over there as well. So I'm grateful that R&B Divas is still generating buzz. Shout out to Richie Sky for saying that, you know, the people want the show. We truly believe that. When I started building, where are we? Ooh, I'm at an hour and 11 minutes. When I started building the Divine Nine TV platform, I always knew that R&B Divas would probably be, you know, the thing that really helped us generate a lot of buzz and subscriptions for the platform. At least I hope so. And the making of the show will be on the Divine Nine TV platform. I see perfect cast. J Rock says perfect cast will be Monifa, Little Mo, Kiki Wyatt, Latasha Scott, Claudette Ortiz, Mila, and Nivea. I have talked to 1, 2, 3. Wait, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4 of the 5 of the women on this list I've spoken to already. But it's gonna be a little shakeup. We are not just going for. Let me just say this real quick too. If you are someone who maybe is not a '90s R&B diva, or if you know, I talked to one of the people you just mentioned, Seabreeze. I talked to one of the people you just mentioned. On that YouTube. Listen, the conversations have been had. All of this whole like people don't want to work because Nikki Gilbert owns the. First of all, I don't own it. Let's be clear. I don't own it. I don't own shit. Except myself. Now I have ties with the business that does, but it's a whole lot of people. Not a whole lot of people. It's enough people over there. This contrary to what people think. Like I don't want to do it because she own. That's not this show. The R&B Divas New York franchise, I'm going for casting. I'm going to meet with producers. I'm going to get the layout of what they want to do with the franchise. I'm not going in there telling nobody what to do. Same as with From the Bottom Up in every other series. It's never been about me wanting to be in the pot, making shit happen and control. No, I'm not going to be a producer in the field like that because I'm building a technology company. And I can't afford to be out here risking none of those opportunities to do nothing, right? So I'm definitely not going to be all up in the videos, except for here on my platform, Adina Howard. Adina's my girl. Me and Adina have already... Listen, that's what I'm saying. The concept that there are not women who want to do R&B Divas, dope-ass, talented women who did not have the opportunity, who are very cool with me, who I'm very cool with. I cast the shows that y'all watched, that y'all love. That's the thing. Like, I'm the person who cast all of the people that y'all love on the R&B Divas franchises. Lil Mo, Kelly, Tweet, we all talked. I communicate with Don Robinson. Stop it. No, this whole concept that somebody came in to the rescue and made the show what it were is a lie, Gina and Craig. Both of y'all, stop lying. And just let me do this over here. Go over there and create some. I see how they talk about, well, we could create R&B Smevas, or we could create R&B dinosaurs, or we could create divas of what I don't care what you do over there. They done tried to have 5,000 iterations of this incredible show that made history at the network. Have at it. The brand that I'm focused on is R&B Divas. That's the only thing I have control over. And I want to share it with every R&B female singer, every R&B female legend, every R&B baby. I've been talking to all of them. We going. It's all kind of R&B divas. Melba Moore is an R&B diva. Mickey Howard is an R&B diva. Sherelle is an R&B diva. Karen White is an R&B diva. And it is my job. This is what it's my job to do. It is my job to make sure that this show is so good and so entertaining without damaging people's reputations, without damaging. I get so sad when I hear women say, I really would love to do a docu-show series like R&B Divas. I really would love to do something, but I just can't. I got kids, I got a family. I can't be on reality TV acting crazy. I understand, boo. And I'm not. Now listen, I can't control how people perceive you, because I couldn't control how people perceived me. And I never jumped up in nobody's face yelling and cussing. I don't care what y'all say. Find me a video of me in somebody's face cussing them out, ready to fight, flipping. Find the clip of me doing that. Now, did I raise my voice in a conversation? I was mad about something that Angie did? Yes, because I was devastated and I was so mad, and Angie knows why. And Angie apologized to me for that, because Angie already said, them people made me do that. Them people put a battery on my back. And at least Angie Stone had the integrity. At least Kiki Wyatt had the integrity. At least, well, I'm not going to start naming all the women that came to me and said, yeah, they set us out after you. They set us out after you, Nicci. They wanted you up out of there. And guess what? I got the videos, and I got the emails, and I got oh, we're going to give you a spinoff. Oh, there's my favorite diva. All of it, baby, all of it. All of the messiness that the producers were involved in, I got proof of all of it. So, hey, you want to go to court and have discovery? Have at it. Let's do it. Now, that is a show everybody would want to see. So, but I'm not harboring on it from a place of like doom and gloom and woe is me, because all of those things that happened to me on that show, all of the things that happened with my daughter, I mean, for God's sakes, didn't nobody's husband get a pow pulled on him but mine? If anybody should be like, I'm done with this shit, never again. I was there before. But if anybody should be like, this bullshit, I ain't finna do it no more, it should be me. Find me. Because my husband could have lost his. My daughter was asked by a producer on the show to proposition Kiki's husband. Not only was my daughter asked to proposition Katora's husband, but the person, Ramona, that I invited from the radio to host my fashion show, was asked to do it first. They asked her if she would proposition Kiki's husband at a Mother's Day fashion show. So if anybody's holding on to some shit that happened 15 mother flipping years ago, it should be your girl, right? Y'all have no idea what I went through on this show. You have no idea, because I was very graceful about how I handled it. Despite, man, it was so triggering. You guys are seeing little clips from my Diary of a Diva clip where I'm having conversations with people that I'm in business or going into business with on this franchise. And people have questions, right? Naturally, people have questions. Well, what really happened? Like, did you really stop them from doing the tour? Like, I have to answer those questions going forward, because people want to know. People like, look, now I see this clip and it's looking real. Okay, let me explain to you what happened. Just like I explained, the tour. Baby, listen. The tour is what destroyed this franchise. The tour. The tour. The thing that the franchise was created for. Y'all hear me? The thing that the franchise was created for. The reason I reached out to everyone to be a part of the franchise, was the tour. And when I was not going to come back for season 2, because I said I need to be a producer, right? I was like, no, I'm going to be a producer. The executive who ran TV1 at the time said, under no uncertain terms, the franchise will not come back for a season 2 if you don't. So I signed up for season 2 with conditions. And those conditions were, we focus on the tour. I have a promoter on board who is the promoter who promotes for all of Tyler Perry's plays, who is ready to go. It has to be about a tour. Please hit like and subscribe as you guys come in. Please hit like and subscribe as you guys come in. They flew me first class, by the way, Angie Stone. Y'all remember that? First class, baby. That's so funny. We was arguing about the silliest shit. Flew me first class, for real. Me and my manager. And I met with the most powerful people in the TV1, Urban One machine. And they looked at the producers and said, she's got to come back and we've got to have a tour. And then there was a producer in particular that none of us wanted to work with. Not just me. Everybody had a problem with it. Now, mind you, I'm coming back after a pow-pow's been pulled on my husband. After my daughter and one of my good friends has been asked to proposition Kiki's husband. After there's article after article about how terrible I am, how awful I am, how my clothes get made in China. Angie, like, oh, they told me to say that. You just want to just destroy my business. Me and Faith said, okay. Faith wasn't coming back after season 1. I said, no problem. We got Angie. I'm going to come back. The show's going to come back. The people deserve another season of R&B Divas. Let's go. Producer, never forget. You're the most three-dimensional character. You gotta, we promise. Like, took my hands. He took my hands. He held my hands like this. You know how I hold your hands. I mean, I'm not making fun of it because at the time I really thought he was sincere. I was really believing the hype in this motherfucker. Like, oh, okay, they really want to change. We won't bring that producer back because a lot of people have said this producer is stirring up a lot of stuff. He almost got into a physical altercation with other producers. It was just, a mess, right? And several other people, I never called the man a racist, but other women did. Other people did. It never came out of my mouth. I never called this man a racist, but other people and other people working on the set referenced him that way. One of these producers. And I was told he wasn't coming back. And guess what? They put him in charge of all the producers and made him like the top showrunner guy for everything. After I signed for season 2. And then the other thing they thought would be funny, which I feel like I've told the story a million times, but there's always new people on the live. The other thing they thought would be funny is I'm going in like, oh yes, this is gonna be so exciting. I can't wait to tell the ladies that we got a tour and it's like 15 cities planned and it's like the promoter that's gonna pay you and it's the promoter that is the exclusive promoter for all of Tyler Perry stuff. We got AEG Live Nation ready to do a European tour with us. We about to ball out. Season 2 about to be the bomb. They tell me to show up somewhere and it turns out I show up first episode of season 2 to Selena Johnson's house. And her sister got this major announcement. And guess what the major announcement is? We got this idea. We want to do a tour. So naturally, I'm like, oh, this is what we doing. And then what y'all don't know is I looked in the video village, which is the little dark room where all the producers and shit are. And there was the producer that they told me would not be involved. Looking at me like, haha, we got your ass. And I'm sitting on camera like, they done set my motherfucking dumb ass up. I done went for the okey doke. So now we're going to be arguing the whole season about a tour. But catch this little tea right here. They asked Faith and I if they could participate in the tour in terms of like, can we capture it? We can blow it up. We can this, that, and we're like, no. Because what you're not going to do is play games with with the editing and play games with the drama and all that stuff while we are on the road dealing with real promoters and real people's money. And the promoter said, no funny business, none of that reality TV business stuff. We're not gonna do it. And if it comes up, it's a wrap. So as a business, we're saying, oh, we can't have these producers involved in this because we're not going to be on here arguing and messing up at these venues, because then that's going to mess up our bread and butter. After this reality TV show is over, we still got to be able to tour. We still got to go on the road. Baby, I got Michael Jackson's name attached to mine. We got to make sure we still showing up for people and delivering. Baby, they done went and made a flyer. They done went and created a flyer that said R&B Divas is looking for promoters to promote a tour after Faith and I had already given the verbal and we're doing the paperwork process with the tour promoters that were promoting the R&B Divas tour. And one of the agents sent the flyer and the request asking that promoter if he would be willing to invest in the tour. And he said, well, wait a minute. Nicci and Faith already agreed to do the tour directly with me. What is this? So these blew the entire opportunity for us to go on a multi-city tour and Europe playing games, because they knew that they were not going to participate in the actual tour itself. Why not just make them fall out and argue and give us ratings through the roof? Because Selena and them want to do a tour and Nicci and Faith want to do a tour. How does that happen? How does that happen? So when I realized that not only was this about to be about arguing about this tour, but also they set me up and they brought back a person who tried to destroy me and asked my daughter to proposition somebody's husband. And I had no choice but to show up to work every day because I signed an agreement to do it. And to watch all the women who I thought were my friends sell me out because they thought they was going to get a spinoff was hard and devastating. I got evicted from my house. I had a hit franchise on 2, R&B Divas LA and R&B Divas Atlanta. And them people withheld all of my money. I didn't get paid shit. Nothing. And the reason I didn't get paid anything is because they said I had a conversation with Jamie Foster Brown after the gun was pulled on my husband. And I told her about things that I was supposed to keep quiet because of the NDA. So either you accept what we're offering you or nothing. I was like, I'll starve first. Y'all can keep them little pennies you trying to pay me and my family after you have done all the horrible things that you have done to my family. You want to withhold my pay. And I created the show. I'm not a cast member who just happened upon an opportunity on the show. I created it. I cast all of these women. I had everybody's back. And because I was smart enough to ask questions, and Faith was smart enough to ask questions, and we weren't geeked about the promises of a spinoff that you were offering every fucking body, you played me. And you treated me like shit. And I will never forget reaching out to the black woman at the network at the time, who's no longer there. And I was like, but they're not paying me and I created the show. Like, how is this okay? And they're like, oh, well, you know, you're in the rear view mirror. There's a reason why the rear view mirror is smaller than the windshield. I was like, well, damn, they got my ass again. And I wore that with so much humiliation and so much hurt and so much devastation. And then I watched them do a season 3, and I watched them talk about me consistently on season 3. I watched them talk about me in the blogs. I wasn't even on the show, and I watched them dog me out, my quote unquote friends. I watched Monifa sit up on Wendy Williams, which me and Mo already had a conversation about that shit. And I watched her, I was just publicly humiliated on my birthday, for God's sakes, right? And this ain't me playing the small violin, because I'm over it. Because guess what? All of those things had to happen. All of that darkness, all of that terrible shit that happened on R&B Divas had to happen in order for me to become an owner. Tell them why you mad, Craig. Because you tried to burn me and destroy me and put out rumors about me and violate my privacy. It's so much shit I know. I'm waiting for somebody to say something to me out of pocket. Because as serious as some of the offenses that producers and talent on this show committed against me that have never been spoken of publicly, as serious as they are, play with me if you want to. I don't know why people always want to play with me. I'm such a nice person. See, I come off like maybe a little harsh right now because, like I said, my zodiac sign is Detroit. And I got it. It's there. It's there. Just because I don't jump up in somebody, I'm not the person that's gonna jump up in your face and be obvious and rah. It's gonna be like, check. That's what we doing. Okay. I don't mess with nobody. I don't want nothing but the best for everybody I deal with. I'm so excited about the future of this franchise. But what I'm more grateful for and more excited about is the fact that God showed me what not crashing out and being patient and being a decent person and not letting it change me as an individual, not letting it sour, because there are people who are like, I would never know. Nobody's been more hurt by R&B Divas and what happened with R&B Divas than me. I'm sorry, because I've been through everything every member of this cast has been through and then some. So anybody who tells you R&B Divas ruined my career, R&B Divas was the worst, I'd never do it again, okay. It's a lot of R&B singers out there. Some you've heard of, some that are up and coming, some you haven't heard from in a long time. And so many of them are ready to go. And again, even with all the things that I'm saying about the things that happen, I don't have a problem with not one single diva who was in this franchise in the past. If you're like, you know what, let me see what that looked like. Let me see what this opportunity may look. Maybe it is an opportunity for us to evolve and grow this thing together, because that's what it is. It's about all the women having equitable partnership in this franchise. It is not me running shit. I'm not gonna be like, yeah, I don't like her because of what she did to me. Let's set her up and do some crazy shit. Because I'm not those producers that produced R&B Divas in the past. That's not how I believe in the laws of karma and how she is the great equalizer. I'm never going to leverage or use my power to make things bad for somebody who has agreed to share their story or share their lives on national television. I ain't going to do nothing but try to lift people up and put them in position to win. And I got to prove that. I got some proving to do. That's why I talk about it. That's why every step of the way in building this R&B Divas universe, that's the reason why I'm sharing it, because I want people to know ain't nothing to hide over here. I don't regret any of the things. They were painful. They were life-changing, but they were necessary in order for me to be where I am today. I hold no grudge, baby. I'm not the president. I don't need to exercise my power by saying crazy shit to people and doing terrible things. I ain't got to do all that. I need to just prove that what we set out for this thing to be is possible, because I know how much we need each other. I know how much women in R&B who maybe had a couple great records, and maybe you can't go out and do an arena by yourself. Maybe you can't go out and book a whole tour by yourself. But if I'm not gonna start naming people, but if those of us who got good records and can get on stage and really stand and deliver come together, and it's like 10 or 15 of us, you know what I'm saying, on a nice bill, we could sell out some tickets, especially if we're able to leverage and use the show R&B Divas, the universe of R&B Divas, to build that. Imagine what it looks like to have a community where all your favorite R&B singers, all your favorite women in R&B can come together and work together and build community with all of our fans. Like, everybody's got a different set of fans. Like, maybe Lil Mo fans ain't Brownstone fans, but maybe we can get some of them. And maybe Kelly Price fans aren't Claudette Ortiz fans. Maybe we could get, you understand what I'm saying? So, like, and that might be a bad analogy, but it allows us to feed off of each other. It allows us to come together and preserve R&B music, because what label's doing that? Radio is becoming obsolete, right? TV networks are cool, but we don't need them. And imagine if you got 10 women who have fan bases that are like a million or half a million people. That's, you know, 5 to 10 million people collectively coming together, and it's like a smorgasbord or a hodgepodge of like great music and great art. And then we can, hey y'all, such and such is releasing her hair care product, and we can endorse each other's products, and we could, like, remember, I don't know if y'all remember, but on R&B Divas, Selena was a model for Curvato. Kiki was a model for Curvato. Like, you know what I mean? Like, going back to what that was. They all came. I was so, oh my God. Like, some positive moments. To look out in the audience and see all my sisters in song and all my R&B Diva sisters showing up for the Curvato fashion show. It was just like, oh my God, both times. Even the time they asked my sister to proposition Kiki's husband. And when we was in New York doing Fashion Week, New York Fashion Week, to have, please hit like and subscribe, you guys. I know this live is going on 2 hours. I'm gonna cut it. But anyway, to see that people are still interested. Thank you, Richie Sky. Thank you. We got a big, baby, we got a big surprise. Don't believe the hype. Talking about it ain't gonna happen. Because not only is it finna happen, it's finna happen bigger than you ever imagined. People love this show. People love this show. People with huge followings and huge fan bases love R&B Divas, and I'm grateful. I am so grateful. R&B Divas boot camp for seasoned divas to be judges for a whole new crop of ladies. Come on, C Breeze. See, that's what we talking about. That's what we talking about. We have already, look, let me say this now. That's already a part of the process. It's already, we're already pairing younger divas who maybe are really big in social media, or maybe got a really nice social media following, and, are out here because, that's what it's supposed to be about. We wouldn't be where we are if it wasn't for Shaka Khan and Aretha Franklin and Gladys Knight and all the divas that came before us. So it is our responsibility as women who are now in that legendary category to make sure that we're passing the baton and we're, sharing those moments, right? Shaka Khan being able to come to us and say, and she said that. I don't know if y'all remember. Did she say this on the show, or did she say this to us after? I don't know if she said this to us after the Trumpet Awards, or if you guys had a chance to see it. But she said, it's up to y'all now. You guys have to hold the baton. You guys have to keep this thing going. And we made a promise to the legendary Shaka Khan that we would do just that. Y'all, we was on the main stage at the Essence Festival. Baby, we was at Trumpet Awards. Baby, we was all over the place doing the R&B Diva in. And we about to be all over the place doing the R&B Diva in this time around too. And be clear, Africa, UK, all of the oh, she did say it on the show, Seabreeze. Okay, I didn't remember. Some of it is a blur. Y'all damn show gonna make a major sellout plus attract more. Yes, and you guys listen. So some of the ladies that are gonna be in R&B Divas season 1 of New York. Okay, I'm talking too much. Okay, whatever. Anyway, it's not just gonna be about music either. I told you I'm working on a film, and part of the reason why I delayed production on one of the film projects is because some of the women that we have on our wish list, that we've been in communication with and talking to are also a part of that film. So naturally, if I'm doing R&B Divas in a city and some of the women that are attached to the film are available to show up on R&B Divas while we're making the movie, that's a great promotion for the movie. It's a great promotion for them, and it's a great. So that's what I'm saying. It's not gonna be no like, let's sabotage the tour. We ain't finna do that. You know what I'm saying? The little man behind the curtain don't exist in this new iteration of R&B Divas. This is about the women who are going to share their selves, their souls, share their stories. We're going to get to know these women on another level that doesn't require, like, who's fight? I'm somebody grandma. Fighting who? About what? What? Hold on. So let me ask you a question. How does this conversation go? Bitch, you got, I'm like, wait, are we going to fight or are we going to rehearse? Are we going to fight or are we going to go try to put together this deck so we can sell out this tour? Are we going to fight? Or are we going? No, we're not. Nobody's doing that. Leave that to Love and Hip Hop. Leave that to, which I heard is done now. Leave that to Baddies. Leave that to the Housewives if that's what they're doing. We don't read like. Although the way Selena read me, maybe she could be on Housewives, and because that's the reading show. This is the show where talent shows up and delivers. Stand and deliver vocally. Stand and deliver in terms of presentation on stage. And imagine a world where every year or every season you have the ability to not only hear your favorite artist sing and perform or whatever, but you get a chance to watch these women help mold and inspire and empower other young singers so that the ecosystem continues to grow, right? There is nothing to be gained from division with the women in R&B Divas. It's just not going to be a part of the new shit. And if that's what you want to see, then find a show that allows you to do that. Now, it's not going to be a snooze fest because everybody's opinionated, right? Because I've been real opinionated and animated on this here live, and I don't have no ill intentions for nobody. As much as somebody might cut a clip to make it seem like I was being shady, sometimes the truth come off with a little shade, but it's the truth. And I challenge anybody to sit down across from me and point out the lies. And how you gonna explain to the grandbabies you scuffling? That's why the whole like, you know, the whole thing that somebody sent me that clip. Ooh, girl, they talking about you and Selena again in that read. And listen, okay, you guys, I'm so, hold on. I got to do this. I got to do this because I ain't used my sound effects all day. And I got to do this. Okay. I understand how much y'all love the read of the century. I do. But I'm so glad that I kept that teacup in my hand and I kept my ass in that chair. And I let her just call me all the dirty, filthy, rotten scoundrel of a names. And I did not show my ass because I would never want my grandson. I'd rather you see somebody standing over me, cussing me out and dogging me out and saying terrible things to me. So you can say, Nana, why was that lady saying all those things to you? And I can explain the truth, which is because, you know, at that moment, she was mad that I was standing up for somebody. I was standing up for the person that I introduced her to that shot her video. She was upset that I told her that she should take care of that and handle that. That's what that was all about. And she just let me have it. And she did. And it's funny. And, you know, once again, you guys got a really good laugh out of it. But I'm so grateful that I kept that pinky finger out and kept sipping on that teacup. Very grateful that I did that. Because I would have had to explain to my grandson and my granddaughter at some point why I was tussling on TV. And furthermore, with some of the people that I'm talking about having I'm in conversations about partnerships with, they really wouldn't understand it. They ain't even from this country. They'd be like, oh, Lord. So thank God I did not show my ass the way I would probably have been justified in doing. I take that back. I wouldn't have been justified. There's no justification for ever doing that. And I'm not tripping because we were all young. People was mad, whatever. But that's the night that the pow pow got pulled on my husband as well. So that's an example of how quickly things can escalate and lives can change as a result of anger, as a result of blah, 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 blah. Because that right there is the moment that led to the GUN incident. And it wasn't funny and it wasn't safe, and the fact that the producers had the audacity to put him in a car and whisk him away and say go 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 go, and Monifa was in the back saying go Rocky, drive your car, leave leave leave, and all the people that I was just like, wow, we just had a whole GUN incident on R&B Divas, for God's sakes, all triggered by somebody's anger. And I'm just grateful that we all left out of there with everything intact. And here now, 13, 14 years later, we can fix it. And we can give the fans of the show what they deserve. And we can be classy based, as my friend Funky Dineva would say. Because ain't no need for us to be anything else. So my goal going forward is to restore the honor and what it means to be an R&B diva. It is to amplify the voices of really talented women who deserve to have a tour, who deserve to promote their businesses, who deserve to be able to share their experiences. You got women who have children who are on the spectrum. You've got women who are caregivers for parents who are older. You know, shit, I've been through my own, series of loss and stuff, and we're just very grateful that the franchise is going forward. And I'm so excited about New York. I'm so excited about New York. Shout out to Ms. Jones, who is my partner there. She's built an incredible team of people. She is going to be the anchor of that series. She and I have been having some really amazing conversations about all the great people that we've both been talking to that we want to be a part of this franchise. I've already started having conversations. Y'all just pray that I get the person who is at the top of my wish list to lead the Atlanta franchise. God, if you'll give me that person, I'm not going to mention their name. But y'all, listen, if I get, and again, these women don't have to show up on camera to be anchors for the franchise like that, right? Please, God, let me get the person that I want as an anchor for Atlanta. It'll be brand new faces in Atlanta for sure. I mean, Kiki, at the end of the day, well, everybody's welcome. But, you know what I'm saying? The goal is to, introduce some new people who you haven't seen on R&B Divas. So I'm excited, you guys. I thought it was really cool to see that the folks are talking about the franchise. And I love to see the commentary. I love to see people really interested in it. I was a little surprised to see... what's her name, give the meme of the door being slammed shut. I was actually meeting with her. I actually wanted to meet with her because let me tell y'all let me tell y'all some real shit. This is some real shit, and then I'm gonna go tell y'all some real shit. When I started putting together the North, South, East, and West of R&B Divas, I knew again we needed like Faith was our anchor on R&B Divas, and was always a producer. Faith is always a producer. Faith gonna always get a check for anything that says R&B Divas, whether she wants to be involved in the process in every step of the way, or not. You know what I'm saying? Faith is always, this is her franchise as much as it's mine, period. I'm just the one that's all actively moving on it because my sister got a bunch of other shit to do and she ain't about the bullshit. But I had actually said to someone when we were looking at who would be the anchor for Atlanta, you know what I said? I was like, Selena and her sister would be great anchors for the Atlanta franchise. Just let them do what they want to do. They got friends that are producers. Let them produce the show. She's been there. She knows it. I ain't got no beef with her. I ain't got no issues with her. And I attempted to reach out to the sister, and she was like, yeah, I'm cool. And I was like, okay. So I moved on. And but that was initially that would be dope because I respect the work ethic, and me and her ain't gonna be on the show together. I would love for us to sit down. I think it's important for the culture. for us to sit down and have a conversation. I'm willing to hear anything anybody got to say about what I did. I want to know. I'm curious because I don't know what I did, except provide an opportunity. But I don't think that'll ever happen. I really don't. I think, if I'm honest, I just think people are like, no, I'm cool because, Phil got a lot of friends and supporters. Like I don't think Tamar, I would love for Tamar Braxton to be on R&B Divas, but like I said, she probably would never do it because, her people, you know what I mean? And I'm not fucking with him. How about that? Did I say it loud enough? I said any woman. I'm not messing with that over there. Because part of the reason why the women don't get along, in my opinion, is because of that. He owes me an apology. And I know I will never get it. I know I will never get it. And I don't expect to get it. Which is why I said it'll never happen. But an apology goes a long way. Because that individual, to this day, just like tonight when Richie Sky posted his post, thankfully he took it down. But just like it's never going to happen, it's never. Why do you have so much disdain for me? And why are you working so hard to take credit for some shit I created when I brought you on board? When I fought for you to have the position that you have? When I fought for you to get headsets and be in Video Village? And I did it based on a relationship I had with Faith. And you just, one person, the terror, the person who tore everything down. Well, look at God. Because God said, and that's that. I am so grateful for the struggles I went through with R&B Divas, because it is the reason I understood the importance of ownership. It is the reason I am now so focused. Please hit like as you guys are coming in on YouTube. It's the reason I am so focused on making sure that the women who are part of this franchise going forward have equity, that they have an opportunity to feed their babies in ways that they never could have imagined, because we're all coming together and scratching each other's back and lifting each other's voices and planning, getting together in circles and silos and creating our own individual, in various markets. Because the goal is that in each market, the women in those markets will create their own residencies, right? So that people can go to work and come home and feed their kids. So people can go to work and come home and take care of their aging parents. So that people don't have to get on planes and fly here and fly there and be here and be there and be able to take care of the things that they need to take care of as adults, right? We don't know what the future holds in terms of, the economy, how gas prices are going up because of what's going on politically. We don't know any of those things, but to be able to find a space and create a show that is a residency where we can tribute the legends from the past, where we can share new music that we've been working on, where we could bop in and have Brownstone come hang out in New York and do their residency, and have Gene from Jeanne come and do Atlanta and have, move around, go to LA. You know what I mean? How it was supposed to be in the beginning. We ain't got to play 50,000 seat venues and arenas in order to be able to maintain a living. That has always been the plan. It's never been to hurt people. It's never been to stop somebody's videos from coming out and stop somebody's opportunities from happening. Come on, y'all. I mean, do y'all really believe after long as we've been on these lives talking about shit that I really am out here trying to stop another woman's bag? My whole existence is about advocating for fairness and equality for us. Why would I create a platform, invite you to be a part of it, and then I'm going to sabotage that bitch? I'm not going to do that. Don't make no sense. Don't make no sense. And it's just not classy based. So yeah. Tell them people that's under that Richie Sky post talking about what ain't going to happen, that it's only ain't going to happen with them. And that's because they're making the choice. Some of them. One in particular, I made the choice for him. Stay over there. And stop putting stuff out that you don't know what you're talking about. Because the people will soon see that R&B Divas New York is coming. And I'm a make sure that while we are in New York this week, next week, that we give you guys bits and pieces. So make sure you go to divine9tv.com. Shimmy, shimmy. And subscribe so that you can see some of the behind the scenes. There's a new season, all new season of Diary of a Diva. Let me say that real quick. Diary of a Diva is coming back. That's another reason why I'm not going to be on R&B Divas like that, because I'm hosting my new season of Diary of a Diva. We have 5 really incredible interviews that we're in the process of banking and getting right now. And my goal is to just make these things look great, make these women feel really great about, or I'm sorry, not make. My goal is to hope that the work that we put in makes these women feel safe. I want my sisters in song to feel safe. I've always said, like, it would be a dream if, like, Tamia and, like, Deborah Cox and Mary and who else out there, y'all? Carrie Hill, like, people who, you know, are just super, it would be a dream for those women to, like, bop in and feel safe sharing their lives and sharing their families and sharing whatever. And it's a shame that R&B, not R&B Divas, but reality TV as a whole has just really, you know, made people really apprehensive and question whether or not they want to be on reality TV. And it's interesting because you guys always say, hey, like, this will be great. We need this show. It's time for the show. Y'all got to be kinder and gentler, you know, to the people, because artists are sensitive. And the minute people see that they're getting dogged and their family's safety is at risk and their reputations in the industry are, I mean, give me a break. Now, I know right now Kelly Rowland would never do R&B Divas. See her, based on how the show showed us, maybe after season 1, we would have had more of an opportunity to get some of those people like that to be a part of the show. And listen, okay, this is where I got to reel it in. It does not mean that all the women who are considering it are any less important or care any less about it, right? But I'm saying, you know, when people have a much larger following, when they have legendary, you know, brands that they have to really protect, they are very, very selective about how they present themselves and how they show up. Brandy, oh my, it's just so many people that I would love to consider R&B Divas. And in order for that to happen, we got to make sure that these steps that we take with New York and with these other franchises does not become the messy, sloppy, garbage show that so many of these reality TV shows become. Because I don't think the fans and supporters of the show need it or care about the mess. I think they're really genuinely interested in getting to know us, getting to see a little sneak peek behind what's going on with our families, supporting us as we build our businesses. I think the vast majority of us are really excited about supporting each other. So as a person who created the franchise, and now by the grace of God, I have a say in how it goes forward. It's my responsibility and my role to make sure that this is a safe space so that we can make R&B Divas what it needs to be. And I'm so humbled by it, and I'm grateful for it. And like I said, the only person that I feel like would you say, Victoria? Oh, that's okay. That's okay. It's okay. Hi, Victoria. Hi, sister. How are you? The only person that I feel I need to have a conversation with outside of anything related to R&B Divas is Kelly. That's it. And that's between me and Kelly. You know, I'd love to sit down and have a conversation with her and, you know, get an understanding. Because anything that I don't understand, like I still don't fully understand why that went down like that. I just need to have that conversation. That's the only person. I don't need to talk to Selena for her to be on the show if she wanted to. Don't seem like she do, but you know, I don't need to talk to her, nobody. I may be nice to work that out, but it's not a prerequisite at all. I think Tamia would do it only if it's no drama and strictly about creating music. However, I don't see Deborah Cox doing R&B Divas. No, me neither. I don't think Tamia would either. I think the way it is right now, I don't think any of those women would really entertain it. I had a great conversation with Deborah Cox. Now, what I do want to do is interview them for Diary of a Diva for my podcast. So some women who would never consider R&B Divas as a series, I'm really excited about the lineup I have for Diary of a Diva. And you better know that I'll ask them, but I don't expect them to, because I mean, I mean, we got something to prove. We have to prove that we're worthy. Not we, I have to prove that we can make sure that this thing does not go off the rails the way that it did before. Again, because I am not going to be, how do I say this? Because I'm not going to be overseeing, the various cities like that. I'm going to be working on some other things that I'm going to share with you guys very soon that I'm excited about. I can't say that I know everything that's going to happen on the show, but I know that we will have a very clear set of standards and practices, for lack of a better word. And I think everybody is of the same mindset. Let's make this show sexy. Let's make it entertaining. And let's make it something that a lot of people are like, yeah, I'll do that. I'll show up for that. And I think we can do it. And like I said, we're doing Legendary Divas. We going in honey, we taking it to the stacks, baby. If you sang R&B and you consider yourself a diva in the positive way, the platform is available to you. So thank you guys for this long live. I'm very grateful that we made it through a very difficult time in the beginning of this franchise, and we're now on the other side of it. And I want to make my mama proud, and I want to make Angie Stone proud, and I want to make Maxie proud. I want to make y'all proud. I want you guys to be like, yeah, this is what we came for, Hey, Kiss a Doll, that's okay. That's okay. And I know I have some proving to do. And I'm going to do that. We are going to do that. This franchise is going to be successful again. So thank you to anybody who is really excited about it. I hope when we make the announcement of how you will be able to watch it, you guys tune in. Please do me a favor. That little QR code over here, over there, over this one right here with my finger at. That QR code will take you to divine9tv.com. Please register. Please subscribe. Please support, because we're building a community and we are working to make sure that we preserve legacies. All right, y'all. I am so grateful for y'all hanging out with my long-winded, animated ass for this live tonight. I am going to come back. I just don't want to lie to y'all and tell y'all when. Damn, this shit is so loud. Hold on, let me turn it down, Gina. It's so loud. Okay. I'm not going to lie to y'all and tell y'all when, but please put your notifications on so that you know when I'm coming back. I do sincerely appreciate each and every one of you. I know that there are a lot of places that you can spend your night. And I'm so grateful that you chose to spend your night with Nicci. Tell a friend to tell a friend that R&B Divas universe is coming back again. And I could not be more grateful for it. All right, you guys. Mwah. Peace and love, sexy people.